The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of salt. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking the newest addition to the Predator franchise, Prey. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're talking the newest movie, Prey, available on HULU and some theaters, I think. I'm joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's back. What's up, dude?
I'm not ready.
Oh, okay. Jude's here.
I need face paint because apparently we're supposed to wear face paint 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You think that's offensive?
I don't know. It's weird. Go to bed with my face paint on, dude.
We wore face paint for
I don't go to sleep
Mel
in it.
Gibson movies.
Doesn't that shit get in your eyes and stuff when you sleep and mess your skin up and stuff? Yeah.
Gets on your pillowcase.
very
Ruins
weird.
your pillowcase.
Ruins your leather thing that you sleep on the
Okay.
ground. Yeah.
That's a weird thing to get nitpicky about.
It just seemed weird.
Okay. Jude's also here,
Hello.
steaming up her glasses with her coffee. What's up?
I thought you were going to talk to him for a while.
I don't want to talk to him anymore.
How you doing?
What's up, Jude?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Matthew Cadish is here as well. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, so I've been seeing a lot of praise heaped on this movie, and I think that this movie's kind of overrated, personally. So we're going to get into it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. All right, guys, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen this movie yet, if you want to, you can go check it out. Apparently, some people don't like it, so maybe not. It's up to you. Let us know. But we're going to spoil the shit out of it in just a minute. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you want to support what we do here and you like our content, consider supporting us on Patreon. Go to saltynerdclub.com and join up for the club members tier. $5 a month gets you a ton of content. We're talking 4 exclusive episodes every single week, raw, unfiltered, and unfettered with classic sci-fi talk like Star Trek. We're doing Farscape right now. We've done Doctor Who and Stargate Atlantis. So join up, and you guys get exclusive access to a ton of content, plus all of our normal episodes completely ad-free over there on the club members area at saltynerdclub.com. All right, Jude, you got a synopsis for us?
I do.
Take it away.
Okay. 2022 Prey, rated R with a runtime of 1 hour 39 minutes. I don't have any budgetary information for
Nobody cares.
him. In the 1700s, Nehru, a young Comanche woman, wants to be a hunter, but her tribe doesn't think she has what it takes. Neither does the predator when she comes face to face with it until she figures out how to become invisible and to outsmart it in battle. Discuss.
All right.
My general thoughts was that it was okay.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was pleasantly surprised by it because, like a lot of things these days, when you get a female main character going up against a classic franchise monster or something like that, or any major franchise that's been around for a while, and then you insert a strong female character to it, they usually don't do it very well. And it's usually just kind of like an eye rolly, they're good at everything. I thought, in my opinion, the female character in this was done really well. She failed tons of times. She got her ass handed to her multiple times. And as the movie progressed, she learned from her mistakes and she got better and better until the very end. And I think they did a really good job at staying away from that trope that we were all worried about of like the Mary Sue type stuff. I don't think they went that direction, which was good. But I will say that this franchise is kind of stale.
Yeah.
This is basically the same movie as the first one. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think like you've got your predator coming to Earth, you've got your one person or group of people who are trying to fight it, they kill off most of them, and then one is left, and they learn the secret to the predator Achilles heel is that they see in heat vision. So they just cool their body temperature down. It's the same fucking story every time.
Pretty much.
Well, one of the cool things about the original Predator was the mystery aspect to it, because the audience and the characters were learning about the monster as the movie went along, and that added like a really cool element to it that's been missing from the Predator stuff. I mean, they tried to do it in Predators, the third movie, in the sense that like, oh, we're on a different planet and we have to like learn how to survive on the planet in addition to fighting the predators. And this movie kind of had like the mystery aspect too, where it's like, is this a bear? Like, but the audience already knows it's like, no, it's a predator.
Well, yeah. So they start off the movie with the spaceship coming down. So there's never a mystery of what's going in. So I don't know if you can surprise an audience with that these days.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
like the thing about the first movie was like Matt said, it's like we were learning along with Dutch and the boys what they were up against. And we're like, oh, this is cool. Heat vision. Oh shit, that's really weird. You know? And he's like invisible. It's got this
the green blood and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like you said, it's like we know what's coming. How is these 300 years ago people sticks gonna and flint axes gonna take out a predator? The whole premise to me is just like, it's kind of flawed from the get-go for me.
I have to disagree with you on that, because what did Schwarzenegger end up fighting with at the very end of that movie? Sticks.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
I don't think that's a legit thing to be worried about, because all their weaponry and all their explosives and their giant Gatling guns and all that shit didn't do anything to it.
Yeah.
What ended up killing it was their brain and a bunch of sticks.
So, and also the predator in this movie is a little bit less advanced than the ones that we've seen from the sequel.
I did really. You guys,
is he really?
yeah.
Yeah.
He had arrows instead of lasers and shit like that.
Yeah,
He had like a bone hat.
maybe he made like a some kind of weird pack like monks do. It's like, I'm only gonna use sticks and stones
So
when I
hold
go
on.
kill these people.
You're saying that
you know,
a creature that has an invisible spaceship that flies through interdimensional space comes down to Earth, but only has bow and arrows equipment.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I call shenanigans from the fucking get-go. Okay. I mean, we all know any being that has the ability to travel across the cosmos to another planet are going to be able to blink, and we're going to disappear into a puff of dust. Okay. But it's a Predator movie, so you just kind of gotta put it in its box and either like it or don't, I guess. I like this movie, but I see why people who don't.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I didn't expect you to like it.
I did like this movie. There was a lot of it. There's some of it I didn't like. The frontiersmen. Jesus
the
Christ.
French dudes?
Jesus Christ.
You mean the fur trappers?
The fur trappers.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the people that are complaining about this movie and it being, I hate to use the W word, the woke word, the SJWs stuff, I see it. I see it all. I can't watch a movie these days without that stuff just being thrown in your face. Because if I had seen this movie 20 years ago, I wouldn't have seen it.
Can you be more specific what you're talking about?
It's like all the white dudes, all the frontiersmen, they're all dumb as fuck. They're all evil, mustache twirling, wicked white dudes. Every single one of them. We're gonna destroy the buffalo. We're gonna fuck up the girl. We're all idiots. We don't know how to. It's just. They're
not
just
inaccurate.
They're just bad people.
It's not inaccurate though.
No, I know.
Yeah, but not we, but like the frontiersmen and the fur trappers did come out there and exploit and murder the buffalo for no other reason but the skin.
Hey man, my great grandpa was a French frontiersman. Okay, I think that's actually true. But
I guess in today's view, you could absolutely point to that as an example.
There's a lot of the shut up, woman, go mind your place, go grind your corn.
Well,
back
in the day,
yeah, I get it.
I mean that's part of their culture. For the they had roles. The hunter.
What this really reminded me of was Clan of the Cave Bear with Ayla learning how to use her weapons. I got that. Because it was the same kind of thing in that movie where like her clan didn't want her to, learn to be a warrior and stuff like that. And she kind of like had to do it in secret.
Didn't you like that movie? Clan of the Cave Bear?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I like this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, there is similarities. There absolutely is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
okay.
The whole thing about this movie, I don't know. There was some kind of like weird message, and maybe I missed it, but I don't see her as a Mary Sue. I know there's a lot of people saying, "Well, she's a Mary Sue." Blah blah blah. I was like, well, no, she's really not. She took down a predator who was really fucked up.
She tag teamed it with her brother.
Her
dog. Her dog was badass.
I love that dog.
And it ran parallel with the lesson that she learned from her brother. When she fucked up the cougar.
Yep.
Her brother went and finished the job and came back and took all the glory and got war chief. And he told her straight up when they go off to the side, he told her the lesson. And I can't remember the quote, but it's there, right?
You set it up.
It was your plan that I executed.
Yeah.
I just executed your plan.
Then at the end, it gets flipped, and he really fucks that predator up when they have that fight.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. He's cool. He's a badass, and she finishes the job because she uses her brain, and I kind of appreciated that.
For sure.
You know what I would have liked a little bit of foreshadowing with was the in the original Predator, Billy, the big Indian guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have known if he had any connection to this
Well,
tribe.
do you guys notice that he did the same? Was it the frontiersman who cut him? They did it in the same way that they did the original.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Billy's a Comanche.
That was like an Easter egg type thing. We're like, okay, so maybe that's a story that was passed down from generation to generation to where it came down to the original Predator in the 80s, 83 or something like that. So that's where that's like a warrior thing. It's like to cut your chest across. I think whatever.
Predator was 87, something like that.
So,
but I wanted to ask you guys. So in this Predator, he has kind of like a bone mask on his face. Did you guys notice that it had a weird similarity to a xenomorph skull?
It did.
A little bit, yeah. I did had like a elongated forehead type thing, yeah.
I thought it was probably a xenomorph skull as well.
Can we talk about the design of the new Predator? What did you guys think about it? Because I thought it looked
Feral
fucking
Predator?
dope. I was like, this is cool as shit.
Yeah.
Like it's creepy. It's got like that Del Toro type horror vibe to it. I just thought it was really freaking cool.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with his look at all. It looks badass. I think there's been some criticism that he doesn't look like a predator. So he looks like a predator to me.
There's many different types.
I mean, if you go to the end of Predator 2, when all the predators are coming out of
they look a little different.
Every one of them are different.
Yeah,
just like humans, we all are different heights, shapes, faces.
Mm-hmm. And the Adrian Brody movie, they explain that there's different clans too, and different types. Like there's alpha predators, and then there's regular predators and stuff like
berserkers.
that. There's berserkers. Yeah. So I just took it as like, okay, this is 400 years in the past, and this is like a different clan or something like that. So I thought it was cool. Jude, you haven't spoken much. Besides your general thoughts? Do you have anything?
Drinking my coffee the whole time.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I do. So originally, when I watched it, and then when I was like doing my synopsis and making notes on it, I kind of rewatched here and there. So originally, I was like kind of annoyed at the whole like woman mind your place stuff. I was like, is that necessary? And then I was like, why was that so annoying? Because this is in the 1700s. And now I realized after rewatching it why it was so annoying, because it doesn't seem like their tribe has like the Ayla rules. Like women don't do this. It just seemed like they played it a little bit like loosey goosey. Like, oh, we have to pop that in there because it's the 1700s. So I think it came down to like a writing thing that it was like, it wasn't clear that what a woman's role is. Because when she was trying to be a hunter, it wasn't that, no, you can't because you're a woman. It was just, no, you're not good enough, which I also appreciated. I was like, okay, yeah, she's not good enough. And she's trying to be better. And by the end, she's really good. So I think it was just a little bit...
I think they tried to show it visually, because if you remember, I think it was like 2 or 3 scenes where it was early in the morning, somebody walks up and kicks her on the side or whatever to wake her up, and all the women go out and do their daily chores or whatever. And instead of going with them, she goes the opposite direction.
Yeah, but it's not like it was outlawed. It was just not very clear.
Okay.
She's a tomboy.
Yeah.
She wants to go out and hunt and do that kind of stuff. She doesn't want to go pick berries and
gather water and shit like that.
Gather water. Yeah, and her mom's trying to teach her the ways. When she's also a medicine woman. Another
Ayla reference.
She really is kind of an Ayla.
She's Ayla, dude.
She really is.
It's legit. Clan of the Cave Bear.
Ayla.
Ayla.
Why is that a thing? I don't know what Ayla. Okay. But,
I will say that like from the beginning, so the original Predator there's just something so gritty, and I think I overuse the word campy, but there's like a certain like camp to it that makes it really charming, and it's so gritty, and it's like a war movie. And this was so like crisp and clean from the beginning that I was like, is this a Predator movie? Everyone's so clean.
There's no sweaty dudes from the 80s.
And like everyone is immediately speaking English, which I know that was just...
Did you know there's 2 versions of this movie?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so they made this movie in 2 different, kind of like what Norseman did. They filmed it in all Comanche.
Oh, wow.
Which is really, and they did the subtitles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that would have made more sense.
And then they filmed it in English for the general audience.
For the dummies.
And it was very important for them to get the blessing of the Comanche Nation.
I get it.
Yeah, I think I don't know if these actors are all Comanche idiots.
The main actress does have native blood for sure.
But no, I thought
I think
all
that's
the actors,
cool.
I thought they were fine.
Yeah.
I didn't have a huge issue. I mean, the original Predator is like a classic. It's like one of the best movies, action sci-fi movies ever made. So
speaking
it's
of,
one of your 5 stars, isn't it?
have we ever
did you give
reviewed
it? Yeah, we reviewed it. Did you give it 5 stars? I don't remember.
I don't know if I don't remember.
Man, if only we
You
had
need
like
to list.
a Discord board that kept track
I
of
know.
all Vader's
I know.
5-star movies. Sorry, man.
So this movie, actually structurally, it follows the first movie very similar, where like the first half of the movie, we're getting to know the characters, or in this case, the main character mostly. And we're kind of learning about them, and the Predator's kind of in the periphery. Like he's there, he's doing stuff, but he's not really the focus. And then at a certain point, about midway through, once he starts like killing people, the focus shifts to like it being a survival movie against the Predator, and he becomes a bigger role. So structurally, this movie is very similar to the first movie. One of the issues I really had was that they kind of played fast and loose with the Predator mythology that's been kind of established. Now, obviously, Paul Stanky Anderson set the stage for this with his Alien versus Predator stuff, where he just kind of threw everything out the window. But, you know, like it's been well established that the Predators like hot climates. And so they only come during like in either tropical or, you know, very hot like areas of the planet, or during time periods where it's like very hot, like in Predator 2, where there was a heat wave in LA. And in this movie, they never set up that it was like particularly like a hot summer or something like that. It takes place in the Great Plains area of the North American region. So, and that's not typically a very hot climate, you know. And in fact, like they showed like it was very cold in the mornings here and stuff like that. And so it's like, why did the Predator choose this area to do his hunt in? So that was one issue I had with it. The second issue is that when the Predator hits water, it doesn't mess with his invisibility screen. And it's established that water will like futz with that. I don't know if maybe that was just because in the first movie, he had like his gear was a little bit damaged. And so when he hit the water, it was on the fritz or what, but that was something that kind of stuck out in my mind when I was watching. I was like, why isn't his invisibility screen on the fritz? It was kind of funny on Twitter. Comic book geek girl novelist Gail Simone tweeted that the Predator's blood wasn't acidic and didn't eat through like the bulkheads like she remembers from the original movies. And
Gail Simone.
I think I tweeted back. I was like, "This is why no one takes you serious."
That's the wrong franchise, bro. Yeah, no. Well, speaking of the water, you reminded me of one of my favorite scenes was the bear fight. That bear fight was bad.
Oh, with the computer bear.
Yes. Oh, they definitely spent their budget elsewhere for sure. This was not the Revenant. Absolutely. That was a very dated CGI bear, but the fight itself I thought was really cool. Like that bear went after the Predator. It knocked the shit out of the Predator, which I thought was really cool. And then, you know, they used their weapons and came back.
I just want to know why they can't use a real bear.
You can't.
Like,
I
train
can
bears.
think of a couple reasons.
They used to use real bears.
They used to in Clan of the Cave
They
Bear.
used to have real animals in movies. Does that not exist anymore?
I think it's taboo nowadays to put real animals in movies.
Why is it bad for the animal?
Yeah, it's bad for the
Well,
animals.
it's also a safety issue.
And you know, people could get eaten. Siegfried and Roy
Whatever.
type stuff.
It's like Rawr. Okay, bear, act mean.
Act mean. Well, they have to like poke the bear with a stick to get it to snarl
I
and
remember
shit.
a show I loved when I was a kid called Grizzly Adams. I had a real bear every week.
Somebody probably died.
Yeah, but
Ben did not eat anybody.
I think my biggest complaint about this movie is that it takes a long time to get going, and the first half of it's very kind of like, I would argue, almost boring. Like I was sitting there watching it and I was like, when is stuff going to happen? And
Yeah, he was like, I can't wait for it to get predatory.
Exactly. Because like I recognize that they were kind of following the structure of the first movie, but in the first movie, you had a team of like special forces operatives in a jungle taking out like Russian
Like a terrorist group or something, right? Yeah.
And also like being
and like busting each other's balls and cracking jokes and like doing stuff.
Yeah, but instead of that, in this movie, they were telling Ayla how dumb she was for being a girl.
Ayla.
It's like, get back in your line.
Yeah.
Go pick your flowers, girl.
but I agree with Vader in the sense that a lot of people are saying like, the main character in this movie was Mary Sue, and she was not a Mary Sue.
No.
She doesn't really fit any of the definition. It's just that she she was smarter than most of the other hunters. And so like, you know, through different strokes of luck and happen chance and stuff like that, she was able to learn how to defeat this predator. And the predator at the end of the movie was severely injured. So like he was at a disadvantage to begin with, and her brother like really messed that guy up.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like everything was set up to like have like this 90-pound Comanche girl like take on a predator like believably. So like, I don't really agree with that criticism of the movie. But I will say that like, I wish that they had kind of gone the Rambo route, where like, you know, she wasn't the lone person to take him on. Like she had like she could have like advised her hunting, what was left of her hunting crew, is like, okay, this is how we need to take the guy down. Then they all work together to do it. I feel like that would have been the most believable way to handle this. But at the same time, like I didn't have a problem with the way it worked out. I know Dan Trachtenberg was the director and kind of like one of the co-writers on this movie. And he did 12 Cloverfield Lane. That's the only movie of his I'm really familiar with. And that was another one where Mary Elizabeth Winstead was like the main character. John Goodman was the bad guy. And it was kind of like a tense kind of like thriller type thing set in the Cloverfield universe.
That they decided was a Cloverfield movie after they made
After
the movie.
yeah, absolutely. J.J. Abrams was
has
like,
nothing to do with Cloverfield.
J.J. Abrams was like,
slap a Cloverfield on that.
That's a good movie. Put my name on it and put Cloverfield in front.
I need to bring something up.
What's up?
I need to ask this question. So there's the big Easter egg in this movie.
The gun.
The gun.
Right.
Okay. So I need to hypothesize something. So the girl has the gun. She gives the gun to the chief. Well, the next time we see the gun,
it's in the hands
of a predator being handed to Danny Glover. That means if you watch the credits, there's an animation thing at the end of the credits.
Of this movie?
Of this movie.
Oh, shit.
Right? So, and the credits basically play, they tell you a story of the movie. But what at the end of the animation, you see 3 ships come out of the clouds, setting up
a sequel
to
this. Okay.
So something happens where the predators come back and they get that gun back. So what happens? You know, do they go down there and go, "Fuck you, Indians," and just destroy everybody?
That's not their thing. That's not they're going to send another predator.
They're going to go to take another predator.
Yeah.
And they go, okay.
No, I imagine what happens is they came back, retrieved the body of their fallen warrior, and probably took that gun as like a reminder of like, okay, like this is someone who defeated one of us, and added it to their trophy room or something.
Yeah, they probably,
I don't think they wiped out those people.
Well, they would have to get it back somehow, right? The chief has it. I mean, so I think there might be
there's got to be a confrontation there somewhere.
There might be a sequel where we get another version.
There is a sequel. It's called Predator.
Yeah.
It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
but, for sure. You know, are they setting up a 1700s Predator franchise?
I'm down.
I'd be okay with that.
I'm okay with it. Yeah. What I do when I was talking about it being a little bit stale, with the you know, like, oh, we know their weakness, their Achilles heel is the heat vision, right? And like usually it's they cover themselves in mud. Adrian Brody covered himself in mud. Arnold Schwarzenegger covered himself in mud.
Is that going to be the thing every movie though?
That's the thing. It's like, what else are they going to come up with? They got to do something different.
What's funny is like there's a scene where like she falls into like a mud hole.
Yeah.
And she gets covered in mud, and I was like, okay, so that's how she's going to hide from the predator in the future.
And the very next scene, she's clean.
Yeah. Like she washes all off, and she actually uses that to trap the predator later on in the movie. But she has like this weird herb that cools the blood. I guess it like lowers your body temperature.
Call bullshit. Yeah. Immediate bullshit.
Yeah. And so like she eats this flower, which prevents the predator from seeing her, and like I guess like she's not shivering or going to hypothermia or anything like that. It just makes her like magically invisible.
That was my point.
But even in like Predator 2, the cold thing in the meat locker, right? So it was really weird how
they needed to use that trope because that's the only weakness that we really know of for the predators.
Well, water
but the way they did it was so whack.
Well, also, so like the predators see via heat, which is one of the reasons why they don't hunt in like cold weather and stuff like that. So, but like eating an herb that cools your blood isn't going to get rid of your body heat signature. Because like if you drop below like, was it 96 degrees or something like that, you're eventually going to die.
Yeah, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Also, the predator was able to see that snake, and aren't snakes cold-blooded?
Yes. Shh, don't think about it.
Okay,
don't think about it. No, but I that's a valid point, though. That's a big thing with this franchise is they have to figure out how to use the same freaking Achilles heel over and over again. I don't think they did it really well in this movie. That herb was bullshit. I think they should have leaned on the fact that, and they mentioned it a couple times. They're like, the Predator doesn't see her as a threat.
Right.
I think they should have leaned in on that. Like, she could still be seen. He knows she's there, but she's like, fuck, I don't need this.
She's just a girl.
This is some girl, whatever. Like, lean on that as the part of that lets her kind of get away and like watch things from a peripheral. But what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, before we wrap this up, I felt really bad that I didn't get to see this in a theater. This movie,
it's gorgeous,
regardless of its flaws, is a really pretty movie, and it's very worthy of being seen and having a theatrical run. There's so much garbage out there that are in theaters that this one is much better than most of the stuff that's out there right now.
Originally, it was set to be a theatrical release, but because of COVID and also because of the huge box office failure of the previous Predator movie, Disney got kind of cold feet, and they're like, well, let's make it like a Hulu original to try to get more people into Hulu and stuff like that.
I mean,
so like it was a situation where basically like this is a good movie that was kind of dumped on streaming because they were afraid it wouldn't perform well.
I think people like this movie. I mean, the reviews are all good. I think it's got a 91 and an 81 or something on.
I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
And,
again, overrated.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but would I recommend it? No.
So
I think if you're a Predator fan, you should watch this movie.
My next question is, how many Predator movies do you actually think there are? Like, and where does this one place?
This one's.
So is there 7 or is there only 5?
I haven't even watched that last piece of shit. No, I never did.
It is a piece of shit.
I watched the scene where it flips over the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like woman Predator power, but I didn't watch that one. There's this one, Predator 2. Those are my solid 1-2s, or Predator 1, Predator 2, and then there's the
Adrian Brody one.
Yeah,
Predators.
I like that movie. That one's a pretty good movie. I know some people don't like it, but I don't know why. It's a fucking, you're on a predator planet. It's a hunting reserve. That's a pretty dope premise to me. Except for 70s show dude. He's kind of weird. But
Foreman.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
What is it? Bitch raping time?
Yeah. 5 o'clock, bitch raping time.
Lawrence Fishburne cameo. Oh, Spur's really crazy, man. I put this, I think right now in my head, this one's kind of flipping back and forth at number 3.
Okay.
With Predators. Is that the third one?
Yeah.
The Predator, a Predator, Predators. Hey everybody, Predators. I don't know they need to like come up with a new thing. This one doesn't have the word Predator in the title.
It's Prey.
That's pretty cool. So
It's clever.
Yeah. 3, 4, 4, 3. We're in there.
It's in there.
Like in my opinion, the only Predator movies that don't exist are the ones that Paul W.S. Anderson had.
AVP.
I forgot about that one.
AVP,
I like that one.
You liked Alien vs. Predator?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So boring.
No. Okay, so I gotta change it.
Oh my God.
So 1, 2, Aliens versus Predators. It's a fucking dope ass movie. It's awesome. It's like, Mayans and on top of the temples and shit. I just want to watch that flashback scene over and over. That's pretty cool. No, it's a pretty shitty movie. That'll probably be like, I'll put that after this one.
Okay.
Vader, I have to call you out on something because we did review the Predator for the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I was here.
You don't think so?
I
Okay.
think I missed that one.
Anyway.
I really don't remember watching it.
It places 3rd for you? 1, 2, and Prey?
I said it's flipping between 3 and 4.
Okay.
I don't know where it's going to land. I just watched it yesterday.
Do you have a star rating for it?
I'm going to go... Let's go like 3.5.
Cool.
3.5, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, definitely worth a watch. If you don't like it, fine.
All right.
It's okay.
Jude, where does this place for you in the Predator franchise?
I don't know. I'm not really a oh my god, I fucking love Predator kind of movie watcher gal.
Her dude bro voice.
You don't have enough,
bro.
These are testosterone movies. Okay?
Bro, what do you bench, bro? I like the first one, and I think that's probably the only one that I actually like genuinely am like, oh my god, that movie's great. And mostly it's just because of the relationship between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl
Weathers.
Carl Weathers, yeah. So I wasn't excited to watch this. It was fine. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's kind of middle of the road for me. It's like 2.5 skulls out of 5.
Okay. Kadish? Where does it land on the Predator franchise?
So the original Predator is, in my opinion, one of the 3 perfect movies that John McTiernan ever directed. It's a classic, a masterpiece, in my opinion. It's a 5-star movie. And everything after that has just kind of been downhill, but on different levels of enjoyment. So my ranking is the original Predator, then the 3rd movie, Predators, and then Predator 2, because even though Predator 2 is not a good movie, it's a fun movie. It's got its own kind of like charm to it.
Hoodoo.
Yes, exactly. I don't count the Alien versus Predator movies because they are stanky as hell, and I refuse to acknowledge them. They also mess a lot with the established kind of like mythology of the Predators. And The Predator, the 4th movie in the franchise, was so god awful bad. I kind of like don't even want to acknowledge it. But
I forgot it existed.
Yeah. So like that comes in last. So I would say that this movie, Prey, is probably better than Predator 2. So it would go Predator, Predators, the 3rd movie, and then Prey, Predator 2, and then The Predator for me. This movie, like I said, it took a long time to get going. It was very slow in the beginning. And I realized that they were setting up a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, there's ways that you can do that make it a little bit more interesting. I would have liked to have seen more of an ensemble than just a focus on the female character. But overall, like, it's not a bad movie. It's very technically sound. It's well executed. The acting is good. I'm kind of interested to see the Comanche language version of it, just to see like how different it is. Because I know when we watch a lot of Korean stuff, the subtitles are very different than like the dub version. But overall, like, I'd give this movie a solid 2 choppas out of 5.
Just 2?
Just 2?
Just 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't say it was entertaining enough to be a 3-star movie for me. But it's not a bad movie. And so like for me, 2 is just kind of like meh. It was all right.
Okay. For me, this lands, it's the first Predator movie, and then Predators with Adrian Brody, and then this movie are like neck and neck. It's pulling real hard for second
love
place.
for 2?
I don't like 2 at all.
Dude.
There's nothing that I like about that movie. It's campy.
Abuse?
No. Remember that chick who was like riding dick in that movie, and she was enjoying it a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Bill Paxton.
No one has ever
It's
enjoyed
got
dick that much.
Gary Busey too, but I don't like
got the
Predator
voodoo.
2.
It's got
Sorry,
the
man.
voodoo
I'm not into that
Hey,
movie.
it's got Adam Baldwin in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Oh shit. All right, maybe I gotta.
Dude, it's like class. It's good. It's bad, but it's bad good.
Utah.
Give me
too.
2. That shirt is available at saltynerdstore.com. So this is like right up there. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I liked it a lot more than I expected. I was expecting woke garbage, genuinely. Like I heard the rumors and I was like, oh no.
And
here we go
it's
again.
there if you look. It's there if you look.
I disagree.
I don't.
I honestly disagree. I think because of the time frame that this takes place, a lot of that stuff just kind of makes sense. It's accurate to history, but I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. If I have the opportunity, I would go and watch this in theaters because it is a gorgeous movie. The long lens shots of the gorgeous countryside and just the way it's filmed with the Predator fight scenes and stuff like that, I think it would be a blast to see.
I will say there was one scene in this movie where the main character and her brother were captured and they were tied up to a tree as bait for the French trappers to lure the Predator out in order to kill him. And we watched another movie very recently where there was like waist deep fog that hid the monster. And this scene had like I think they burned down like a forest just to create like all this like smoke in order to hide their numbers and lure the Predator out. I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more setup for like how the French fur trappers were plagued by the Predator, because they just kind of came out of nowhere and were like, hey, we think this thing's hunting us. Do you know how to kill it?
Yeah.
And
or no French trappers.
Yeah. or something. But like they needed something for the Predator to kill, and he couldn't be wiping out their entire village. So
but something's up at the beginning of the movie when the dog gets its tail
Chomped
stuck in an iron trap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now Predators don't use old school traps and
they also
and the Indians didn't have those. So okay, something's
They also
going
set
on.
up when
Yeah,
she's out in the woods by herself, she sees in the far distance an explosion,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh shit, something's happening." So I imagine that's what the French trappers
I
were
did
dealing
kind of
with.
roll my eyes when I'm like, how does a dog get his tail?
I said the same thing in my head. Yeah.
I've never
Well,
seen
it
that.
couldn't
in my
hurt the dog's feet or paws or
I
whatever.
love
tail.
that dog.
I love that dog. That dog's a dope
It's a
dog.
cool dog.
Well, if you guys notice, so like she's exposed to that steel trap like at least twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
First time's with her dog. Second time she gets caught in it, and she realizes that like the best way to take out like a superior opponent is to trap it, and so that gave her the idea to lure it to the mud sink.
Yeah.
And that was like her version of the steel trap in order to like kind of neutralize
Immobilize it, yeah.
neutralize the
That
predator.
shit didn't work though.
No, I won't. Gave her enough time. 3 stars for me. It's a solid 3-star movie.
Did you guys, when she was kind of facing down the predator in the mud hole, did you were you mouthing the words like "I'm here, come get me"?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Kill me now.
There was
Kill me now.
and her brother had the line where he's like, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." I was like, "Fuck yes!"
I just waiting for him to say, "Get to the chopper."
Yeah. I wanted,
to the chopper!
I wanted him to throw like the hatchet and be like, "Get to the chopper."
Yeah, good shit. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Had a great time. Check it out. I think it's well worth it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for our review of Prey. If you saw this movie, comment below. What did you think? Give it a star rating in the comments. Let us know.
It's a handsome dog.
It's a beautiful dog. It's fucking so cool. I want that dog.
He was CGI.
It's an
He's
American.
not real.
He's an American dingo. I looked it up.
Really?
The
Sweet.
dingo. All right, cool.
It's a dingo,
Look
HL
at that
baby.
fake ass bear.
It is a
End-
fake-ass
end
bear.
This thing. Get it over with.
Yeah, all right, we're done. See you later. Thanks, guys. See you later. Adios. Stay salty. Oh, we got to do the round.
Oh, we do. Matt Vader 74 on the socials. All the ones that matter. I'm there.
Cool.
Come see me.
I like that. Jude, go ahead.
I am Jude Juju on some of the socials, not all of the ones that matter.
They don't all
Kadish.
matter.
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter and Truth Social. And you can also check out my books at kadishbooks.com.
I am available on some of the socials. None of them matter. But the best one is saltynerdiscord.com. I'm in the Discord every day chatting with our people. So head over there, join the server. We do watch parties on Mondays. All right, guys, stay salty.